Hey guys, and welcome to this video. My name is Emma, and what I do is I help people who know they have a purpose, who feel like they have a vision of what they want to create, but feel themselves blocked in fully stepping into it by fears and subconscious doubts and all those things. So I want to talk to you today about feeling stuck. So this is a big thing. I know I experienced feeling stuck for a long time, and I know that a lot of people, especially people who feel like they have a lot of vision, they have a lot of ambition about what they want to create, and they feel very stuck and frustrated. Particularly for me, it was in my work kind of situation, but you can also feel stuck in your relationships. You can feel stuck, in your home situation, and it's when to know you're stuck. When you're feeling stuck, but the emotions that kind of go along with it are feeling paralyzed. It can lead to kind of feeling of depression, a lot of helplessness. You feel like you have no power, and if it's when it's really bad, it can even lead you to feel kind of suicidal. Feel like, oh my God, what is the point? So it's a real sense of heavy hopelessness, really, and then you have a lot of indecision, a fear of making choices. So feeling stuck, and I know a part of you really wants change, but it's also a fear of change. And it's also a denial about where you are. You're like resisting. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I shouldn't be in this situation. I shouldn't be in this job. And it's kind of like quicksand when you put yourself in that situation where you're denying what is, because you can't take the next step forward when you're denying where you're at. And it's like quicksand. So the more you deny, the more you resist reality, the more you find yourself unable to change anything, and the more you kind of get more entrenched in that reality that you don't prefer. So, and what it is, it's a control thing, actually, this feeling of stuckness, because it's a comfort thing. So it's you when you're stuck, it's comfortable. It's quite comfortable to stay where you are on some level. And the situation is too bad to stay, and it's too comfortable to move from. So this is why you have all this control and this desire to stay where you are on some level. So I'm going to talk about three things to do to move beyond this stuckness. So the first one is to recognize the benefits of where you're at. Recognize what it is that you're trying to control. What are the benefits of where you're at? What is it that you're resisting? So the first thing is recognize that the situation is too bad to stay in and too comfortable to move from. So recognize, and also recognize how you have taken on this victim mindset where made yourself be helpless and hopeless. You can't see into the future. So recognize all of that. That's the first step. Then the big thing is to surrender, to kind of let go of this need to control things and just surrender to what is. Recognize that where you are is where you are, and that's okay. And from there you can kind of allow things to open up. So surrendering to what is a big thing. I really love this quote. This really helped me when I was feeling stuck. There is nothing that doesn't belong in your life. Anything that happens for some reason belongs there. The reason you're feeling stuck is because you continue to define certain things that happen as things that don't belong. So when you accept those things that are in your life as belonging and being there for a reason, then you can move forward from it. So it's like the stepping stones. When you deny the stepping stones that have got you to where you are, you can't take the next step forward. So it's about recognizing and acknowledging where you're at, surrendering. And actually, when you surrender, you're actually surrendering to trust. You're letting go of this need to control, this need to make things happen, and you allow new things to happen in your life. And the other thing that I want to say about feeling stuck, a major major thing that you've got to start taking new actions. So 3 questions that you can start asking yourself. What one thing can I let go of? Can I stop doing? What one thing can I start? What new action can I start taking that can change the situation? And the third question is just start taking those actions, little steps, little baby steps that are going to get you moving forward. Because the feeling of stuck, when you feel stuck, it's just a feeling, it's not real. Because change is the only constant in life, and change is always happening. But if we're feeling stuck, we're holding on to something. We are trying to control our own situation, and it comes from a deep-seated fear in things changing, because there's a comfort in where we're at on a really deep level. But another part of us, this is the whole conflict that we've got going on within ourselves. Part of us really wants to change, and part of us is terrified. So it's about bringing those two parts together. And the first step on to do all of that is to surrender to what is. Trying to change what is like trying to make a cat bark. It doesn't really work. This is a quote I think from Katie Byron. She talks, her main philosophy is all about loving what is. It's when you love what is, when you accept what is, that's when all the magic, all the change can happen. And loving what is can be really hard, because reality can feel really hard and really heavy, but the real suffering happens. So pain is something that happens to everyone, but the suffering is something that we create through denying reality, through holding back. But when we recognize all those things start to change, life begins to flow, we let go of this rigid control, this rigid need to control our reality, and we can trust life, we can let life come through us and be in the present moment. So this is where all the magic happens, right here and right now. So I invite you to, if you're feeling stuck in your life, to start thinking about these things and to ask yourself these 3 questions. What one thing can I let go of? What one thing can I start doing that feels attractive to me? And then start taking action in that direction. Action is so important. Without action, we're not translating all of those feelings and things in the ether and ideas into physical reality. And that step is really critical, especially if you're feeling stuck. Because stuckness is in the mind, and we want to bring it into physical reality. We want to change physical reality. Starts with the mind, but then you've got to start taking action in that direction. So let me know down below if this was helpful for you. Let me know if you're feeling stuck in your life. And maybe there's something else that you can add to what I've already said. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And if you are feeling blocked, if you have a vision of what it is that you want to create, but you're feeling yourself holding yourself back from fully stepping into it, I would love to hear from you. So please get in touch below, and we can have a quick chat to see what the best step for you might be to move beyond all that fear, indecision, and the quicksand of doubt and stuckness that can really keep us feeling stuck in our lives and unable to take those steps in the direction to create the life that we want and a life that we love. So hope you guys have a beautiful day, and accept what is, embrace the reality, and move forward from there.